Welcome to the Magnolia Media Podcast, part of the Magnolia Media Network. I'm your host, Jonathan M. Ruggiero, here with a quick update to remind everyone that today is State of the Union Day. Tomorrow, we will be coming to you at around 1 o'clock with a new episode breaking down everything that happens tonight. Tonight is an opportunity for Joe Biden to reset and reframe this entire election. As much as we'd like to see him all go up on stage, draw a picture of Donald Trump out of his jacket pocket and set it on fire, we probably won't see that. But seeing him interact with the MAGA members of caucus, putting them back in their place, playing mind games with them the way he did last year, sounding clean and clear and crisp and with it, so that even the mainstream media can't, ramble on about his age and write 26,000 articles in the New York Times about him being 81 years old and leave out the fact that Donald Trump has apparently had a stroke and is 78 years old. It's getting tiresome, and it's getting to be crunch time. We can no longer count on the mainstream media. We can no longer count on CNN or MSNBC or NBC or CBS. But you can watch the State of the Union on any of those channels, including several channels on YouTube. It will be streaming live beginning at 9 o'clock tonight. I will be taking studious notes and reporting back to you Friday morning with a brand new episode that should drop sometime around lunch. Just in time for you to sit down, put your earbuds in, and eat your ham sandwich. This is the most important election of our lives, as will each subsequent election be the most important election of our lifetime, because we are fighting to stave off fascism. It has to happen. We have to throw our weight, all of our support, the way we did in 2020, behind Joe Biden, the only man standing between us and the authoritarian abyss. And no matter what Joe Biden does, including doing cartwheels all the way down the red carpet to take the podium at the House of Representatives, accidentally kicking Marjorie Taylor Greene in the face along the way, he'll still be ridiculed for not being agile enough, for not being youthful enough, for not being up to another 4 years of being president. First of all, this man runs the youngest administration in presidential history. The people around him are young, they're sharp, they're keen, and like I've said many times, in this particular era, with wars going on in Europe, in the Middle East, Joe Biden's age and his 50 years of experience is a feature, not a bug. And for all those who say, well, he should step aside for someone else, who? For whom should he step aside? Gavin Newsom? You really want to throw the 50-something-year-old governor of California, an extremely high-tax state, a state where a two-bedroom house costs $1 million, a state where gas is over $5 a gallon still because of state taxes? You want to throw him out there? How about Gretchen Whitmer of Michigan? Simply not ready to run for president, in my opinion. I don't know, Josh Shapiro, who just got elected to the governorship of Pennsylvania. We want to keep him right there. And yes, all of these people are viable candidates for 2028, but not for right now. One man has proven he can beat this fascistic monster known as Dementia J. Trump, a recent stroke victim from all we can tell, and that's Joe Biden. Biden slowed down a little bit. He doesn't talk quite as fast. He's not out there doing push-ups. That's not his effing job. His job is to run the country, and he's done a damn fine job of it. He has earned the right to run for a second term, and tomorrow, sometime around noon, we'll have an episode breaking down the State of the Union, and we'll give you our honest opinion. Did it help Joe? Did it hurt Joe? Reasonably, he's only going to get a 2% bump, one way or the other. Fall 2% if he has a terrible State of the Union. He could go up 2% if he has a wonderful State of the Union. And hopefully more than 26 million eyeballs tune in to watch it. We have to do this. We have to engage. And as for independent voters, those are just voters who haven't been paying any attention. Among independent voters, only 31% of them have even heard the fascist rhetoric coming from Donald Trump. The rhetoric of vengeance, the rhetoric of hate, the rhetoric of racism, misogyny. The man's a monster, not to mention he's been found civilly liable of rape. And, he still has that $466 million judgment that's growing every day against him in the Southern District of New York. And, as of today, Robbie Kaplan, E. Jean Carroll's attorney, can start going after assets to pay that $83.3 million, plus all of the interest that has accrued in that case. So, I come to you today with just a brief update about what we have planned for you tomorrow. So tomorrow will be a double header. You'll have this podcast to listen to this evening or in the morning. And then by midday, we will be back with our breakdown of the State of the Union. Everything from President Biden's body language, his ability to rip into MAGA, all the MAGA caucus members who will be heckling him during his speech, and his ability, to basically do what he did last year and make them all look stupid. Democrats must and will take back the House of Representatives, hold on to the Senate, and if we hope to have a country that even resembles the America we've had for 250 years, we must re-elect Joe Biden to President of the United States, and that begins tonight. So be sure and tune in tomorrow. And one more reminder, if you enjoy the content we bring you here at the Magnolia Media Pod, part of the Magnolia Media Network, please help support our all-volunteer effort by going to patreon.com/Magnolia Media Network. We appreciate everything you do for us. And I'd like to thank Logan Ramsey for editing and engineering today's episode. I'd like to thank Courtney Halstead for her technical support. I'm your host, Jonathan M. Ruggiero. This has been the Magnolia Media Podcast, part of the Magnolia Media Network. Until tomorrow, be well.